I wanted to talk to you about O-line. I want to talk about receivers as well, and then we have a couple questions for you that we run towards the end of the episode. But to answer your question is, it goes two ways here, okay? Who it should be, Seth, is it should be Penei Sewell. Who it will be is JaMarr Chase. And sorry, go ahead.
You flipped. I feel like you flipped. I feel like you were on board JaMarr Chase superfan for a bit.
Well, no. I'm. What's beautiful about this is
I feel like that's the wrong move.
What?
I mean, I think JaMarr Chase obviously a good receiver, good receiver, but like go for the O line here.
No,
Joe Burrow needs that O line.
I disagree. Here's where I
disagree.
The drop off.
Did you not see the man last year? See that O line?
What's funny?
Did you not see that meme going around where Joe Burrow is literally running for his life in training camp, and the O line ain't doing nothing for him? He needs an O line.
It was horrible. It was horrible from the start. And
he literally got injured
behind
a terrible O-line.
They had one of the most amount of injuries as well. Like, I hate to play that card, but I think they had 10 different O-linemen suit up. And they had one guy, Quinton Spain, start at left guard for them on 2 days notice or 3 days notice on the season. So the season was bad and it was decimated. So that's an incredible position of need for the Cincinnati Bengals. However, I feel like the drop off of skill from in the wide receiver position from pick 5 to pick 38 or second round is incredibly higher than that of O-line. And that's why I want to bring up O-line with Seth, is because there's such an incredible amount. Like last year was the depth year at wide receiver, right? Where you can get a guy like T. Higgins. We're talking about the Bengals. Denzel Mims later on. Like, these guys are quality players who were found later on in the draft. It's the same case this year for O-line. And I wanted to bring up a few names because there's obviously the flashier Penei Sewell, Rashawn Slater. However, when you look at guys with second round grades, Seth, you look at Alex Leatherwood out of Alabama, Tevin Jenkins, who actually is rising in rankings, but just for the sake of the argument here, Tevin Jenkins, Liam Eichenberg, Landon Dickerson, who's a first round talent but has some injury concerns, Dylan Radins, Wyatt Davis, Samuel Cosme. The list goes on. You can get all those guys in the second round. So
can you get Frank a job at Pro Football Focus too?
So anyways, that's why I want to hear your take on the O-lineman. Like Bengals aside here, I feel like we have incredibly high-end talent, but we also have incredible depth.
Well, I the only thing I'll say is I think you can say the same thing about receivers too.
Okay.
So like, I think you can go either way with both these positions. They're both super deep in this class. You know, I think the thing with offensive line play, so I kind of think they should just go Sewell and just like, that's it. Just there's your tackle for 10 years, and that's it. The thing with offensive line play is that there's 5 of them, and the defense can control who they attack, right? If you have one tackle that's better than the other, well, they're going to play their best defensive end on that shitty tackle. Like the defense can control that. So what you need to do, and this is a very PFF line, our company line, is you got to go make sure that your 5 are above average. You can't have a situation where, hey, you could get Sewell, you're great, but everyone else sucks and you have no one to throw the football to. Mm-hmm. So that's why the PFF people have leaned to them taking a receiver, and JaMarr Chase is the best one on our boards, especially since we assume Kyle Pitts will go 4th to Atlanta. I guess we can assume that. So that's why we've always said, hey, go take the receiver and then go take, like you're saying, one of these guys in the second round, whether it's Tevin Jenkins. I think for me at that pick would be great for them. If any of the other guys slip down, Walker Little would be interesting. The guy at Stanford, any of the guys you named, Alex Leatherwood is great too. So I think, any of those guys would be very interesting in the second round. And then you can start building your own, because they did spend some money. Like you said, Quinton Spain came in halfway through the year. They got Riley Reif. Jonah Williams is still pretty young. They got rid of Bobby Hart, which is
a good move.
Which is addition by subtraction. So they should be better on the offensive line if they go out and get a second round player. But I think you have more. I probably would say there's a higher chance that Sewell is not a bust compared to any other players they could pick at 5. That would be my thing. I just think I don't like him. I just like him. Super athlete, super technical, dominated at 19 years old. Now, the Pac-12 didn't have any great edge rushers, but still, He absolutely he did what you're supposed to do against bad players and just erased them.
That's the thing, eh? That's why people have Slater like so much Sewell so much higher than Slater's, because on draft day, Sewell's gonna be 20 years old, Slater's gonna be 22. Yeah. That's a big deal for some scouts out there. And then you look at teams who also need O-line, like the Chargers, who it's weird. It's gonna be a chain of events because the draft really starts at like 4 or 5.
Yeah,
basically, yeah. It starts at 4 because you don't even know what we said. We assume Kyle Pitts, but it could be Sewell. It could be a quarterback. I mean, it could be. We just don't know. But anyways, that I really enjoy the O-line depth in this year's draft.